Hi, I'm so glad to be here. Not that I want to teach you about drama, but I do want to teach you how to get out of drama. How many of you have ever experienced some drama in your life before? Raise your hands. Okay, great. How many of you would like to have less drama in your life? Wonderful. So I want to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Jacqueline Smith, and I have been teaching principles of freedom. I've been teaching about liberty, agency, and just human nature for about 15 years. I was living my mission. I was absolutely standing in my power. Loved what I did. I taught all the time. I taught all across the country. And I was teaching so much that it was such a part of me that I decided to run for Congress in Utah's 1st District and take it all the way to federal office. And it was a great time in my life. I didn't win that race. And I found myself in a place where I didn't really want to teach anymore. I thought, nobody gets it. They just want to keep living this other thing that's not freedom to me. And I got really down. And then I got into a horse accident, and I was flat on my back for, 3 or 4 months. It was a good year before I really felt like I could stand and walk strong again. Then my husband fell into a depression, and he was very angry. He was angry at God. He was angry at the world. He was angry at me. And all of that resentment and bitterness became mine. I remember one day, I was laying in bed, and I thought, why bother even getting out of bed? What difference is it going to make? I was the victim of life. Life was happening to me. And I completely chose to be a victim. How many of you have ever played victim in your life? Most of us have. So I want to teach you something called the Karpman Drama Triangle. This was discovered by a man named Stephen Karpman. He was a psychology student. And it was 1968, and it's been discussed in the psychological world since. There are 3 players that usually show up whenever there's drama. And I'm gonna show you those 3 players by teaching a story. It's a little more lighthearted than the one I just told you. So I had some kids that had braces, and whenever they got their braces tightened, we always took them out to get a smoothie because their mouths hurt. So we'd go to the smoothie place, and all my kids jump in, and they're all ordering, and I'm letting them order whatever they want, because I'm being a good mom. And my one son chooses not to order anything. I'm like, well, order something. He says, I'm afraid there's sugar in it, Mom. I said, well, there's natural sugars in the fruit, but you're fine. Go ahead and order a smoothie, because he was on one of those no sugar things. He goes, no, I don't want anything. I'm like, okay, I'm being the good mom, right? So I'm going to let him choose for himself. So we get in the car, we're driving along, and I announced to my kids, hey, we're going to go see Grandma while we're down in the valley. We've been driving for 3 minutes. No, we can't stop. I'm hungry. I want to go home and get something to eat. Weren't we just someplace where you could get something to eat? Swear we were. So I stay calm. I think, it's okay. You made a decision. That was your choice. You're going to have to live with the consequence. Because, I'm going to be the good mom and teach them a lesson here. I thought you were lying to me about the sugar. Okay, that was my trigger. So the first player has already come into the scene. Say it with me. Who was the first player? Victim. Once the trigger hit, I've got steam coming out of my ears. I can feel my face getting hot. And I read him the riot act. This is bull crap. I'm driving you. This is bull crap. We were just there. This is garbage. I cannot believe that you're blaming me because you didn't get something that you wanted to have, and now it's my fault? Really? This is baloney. Second player just entered the drama triangle. What did I play? Villain. The villain. Say it with me. Villain. Good. There's another kid in the car. Mom, stop. It's not his fault. He didn't understand. Third player. Rescuer. The drama is complete. So being the good mom, I'm chewing this one out. Stay out, this is none of your business. Have you guys ever had that happen where something really, really small turns into something really big, really fast? Have you had that happen? Come on, nobody? Am I the only one? Oh, yeah. Okay, so there have been a few of you that's happened with. Okay, this is the drama triangle. Now, I want to create some context for these players because each one of them holds a unique position in the triangle. The victim is the one that always starts the drama. Do you believe that?
Yes.
It's true. We'll get into it a little bit later, but that is very true. The victim always begins the drama. And they always have a villain or a perceived villain that they think is creating this for them. So it's a villain or a perceived villain, right? You guys, let's hear it.
Perceived villain.
Good job. And whenever that happens, often the victim will seek out, or a rescuer will just show up. A rescuer, what did they seek out?
Rescuer.
Okay, there's another word for this that I like to use, and it's enabler. Does that make sense? A rescuer often believes they're helping, but they're really telling the victim, oh, you poor thing, yep, you're the victim. And they hold them in that space. I actually caught myself doing this at 2 o'clock this morning. 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and it was so hot in my house, and I was like, what in the heck? I've got this presentation tomorrow. I'm hot, I'm not sleeping. I get up, I'm going to the little thermostat. Thank you. The thermostat, and I'm pushing the button to get it down and put it down to a normal temperature. It was at 77. I'm like, what kid did that? And I'm like totally mad. And I found something inside myself this morning, and I was like, I am so grateful I have heat. Anytime I want, I can just push buttons. Make it go up, make it go down. So, I mean, I still step into victim every once in a while. 2 o'clock in the morning, that's my story today. Very fresh. So we're going to play a little game. Do you guys want to play a game?
Yes.
Okay. I want to bring up a couple of people that represent the villain and the rescuer. And these are just pretend, so you don't have to actually be a villain or a rescuer. But if you feel like that's something that you've been in your life, it may not hurt for you to play the game. So just go ahead and raise your hands if you want to come on up and play this game with me. Why don't you come up? Why don't you come up? Thanks. So you guys, let's welcome up on stage. I can't see your name tags because I don't have good vision. You have to tell me your names. Zach. I should remember that because I've met you like twice. And Riley. Okay, so Riley, I'm going to have you be my villain. Okay, and I'm going to have you sit down right here.
Oh, okay.
And Zach, I'm going to have you sit over here. You guys, give it up for these guys for coming up on stage. Here's your sign, by the way.
Awesome.
Always wanted to play the villain, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this next person I'm going to bring up, I want you to go ahead and get grounded for a minute. You guys all know how to ground. Breathe. Maybe close your eyes if you'd like. I'd like you to think about if you feel like you've got kind of a good victim story that you've been holding on to. And maybe one that you're ready to let go of. And if you feel like that's you and that you're willing to share with us on stage, go ahead and raise your hand with your eyes closed. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes. What's your name? Jeanette, why don't you come on up? You guys, this is a big deal for Jeanette to come up, so let's... Thank you. Here, I'll get you your sign, too.
I get to keep this, right?
Just for a minute. Can I get a mic? Thanks. Jeanette, thank you for being so brave. How are you feeling?
Unbrave now.
Unbrave? I'm
Unbrave.
not going to give it to you yet. So
Okay.
hold on.
Okay.
You're good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Relax. It's all good.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to first of all talk to my villain over here, and I want you guys to help me out with this. In your mind, what kind of things would a villain think or say if he's the villain?
Things that are unhelpful to the situation and just to criticize the whole situation and the person themselves.
Good. You guys shout out some things that you think might be words that villains would use. You got a hot mic. It's all your fault. You're stupid. Right. So a lot of times they believe they're right. Do it yourself. Good, good. Thanks. Thank you. Okay. I should have had them tell their names so you guys could also give them a big hey, huh? Let's do that.
I'm Zach.
Hey, Zach. Zach, what do you think a rescuer would be saying? What kind of messages would a rescuer have for the victim?
Well, this is like right up my alley. So,
Really?
all growing up, I would be like, "Hey, don't fight. Mom and Dad are stressed out."
So you were trying to fix
So
things.
I would try and like finagle things so they weren't fighting, so everyone would be okay. But it would end up me just being miserable because I was giving up all my energy trying to fix a situation that it was none of my business to be in.
Wow, that's pretty powerful. What are some other things you guys think of? It's not your fault. It's a good one. It's
Just
not
forgive
fair.
them.
Yeah, you started it.
Be nice.
Good. How many of you have ever found yourself playing that role? Yeah. If every victim needs a villain and every victim and villain need a rescuer, really the person we want to focus on the most is right here, our victim. Jeanette, I'm going to give it to you this time.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about your story. In a couple of sentences, tell me your victim story that you feel is plaguing you at this time.
So I am 50 pounds overweight. 2.5 years ago, I had 2 major foot surgeries, which pretty much took me out of the game. And the game meaning I've run 32 marathons. And I can still do that, but I can't do it near the level I used to. And so I would get up every single morning, rain or shine, fog or rain, below 500 degrees, it didn't matter. All of me and my friends, we showed up and that's what we did. And now it's gone. And this weight is now here, and I miss my old running life. And I miss my running body. I miss my active life. I miss my drive.
Jeanette, who are you blaming for this?
This alien stupid foot. The alien left foot. Yes, I'm blaming myself.
It's really important to recognize that as the victim, Sometimes we do place the blame on someone else. But there are other times when we place the blame solely on ourselves. And we're our own villain. It sounds like in this case, you might be your own villain, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty mean to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that serving you?
Well, every morning's a struggle to get out of bed. Every day is a struggle to I have the list in my head of what has to be done just to accomplish it and stay out of trouble in my head of people finding out that I'm not really accomplishing much of anything. And so it's a living hell inside this brain of mine.
So what did you decide about yourself when you no longer could run?
You don't have it anymore. You're old. You're old and fat. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Is it affecting your relationships?
Yes. It is.
Is it affecting you at all with money?
Oh yeah.
How?
Shopping online is really fun. I don't do it because the dreaded budget, but the budget always lays over my head. But yes, because I don't want to work either. Netflix is really awesome, by the way, so.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So how's that shown up for you in relationships?
I don't like to, I go do what I have to do during the day and then I come home and did I mention that Netflix is really awesome? Yeah, so.
Netflix is your best friend?
Yeah, because I just want to stay home. I don't want to go to parties. I don't want to be seen. I don't want people to see how fat and out of shape I've gotten. And I don't want them to ask about how's my foot, because I limp. My foot's not good. So, and that's okay. And sometimes it is. I call it my bipolar foot. So, yes, it affects a lot. So if you were to ask me to go do something tonight, I'd be like, you know what, let's, maybe. But in my mind, I'd be like, no, Netflix needs me.
So Jeanette, what is the cost in your life if you continue to have this belief?
I think I will just end up, do you ever watch My 600-Pound Life? I picture myself becoming that person, and them having to take a wall out to get me out of the house.
That's a pretty big cost.
Yeah, that's a huge cost.
And so you know what we're afraid of or what we think about most we attract, right? Is that really what you want?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Like all my skinny clothes, they mock me when I walk into the closet. Yeah.
So what's a belief that would serve you better?
Netflix is my best friend. I don't know. I really honestly don't know. I don't know where to go with
Okay,
it.
so let's go to the first memory that comes up for you when you think about, I'm old and I'm fat.
It's just pure anxiety. Yeah. That's what brings up pure fear. That's what drives me every morning, is pure anxiety and pure fear.
What would serve you better?
I could tell you what would serve me better, but I can't have that anymore. So I don't know what would serve me better. That's what
Can
I'm
you guys
trying.
give her some suggestions? I love my foot.
I don't, so I can't give you that one.
We're turning these around.
I know
remember?
that. I know. I can't give you that one, sorry.
My life is good.
My life is good. My life is really good. It is. It is. I'm glad I can still walk. I'm glad I can still do a slow marathon. I heard blah, la, 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 la.
I love when
Exercise.
Say it again.
I can find new ways to exercise.
I can find new ways to exercise.
I'm gonna be better because of this trial.
I am going to be better because of this trial.
I'm beautiful.
My foot does not control my life.
Thank you for saying that. What?
My foot does not control my life.
My foot does not control my life.
I love myself the way I am.
I love myself the way I am.
She still needs to say I'm beautiful.
I don't think I need to say that. I could be beautiful.
I want to tell you something about what she just said. I could be beautiful. Because this is an important thing for you to understand. Your subconscious only understands right now. So when you say I can be or I will be, you are putting that into the future and you will never achieve it. But if you say it in the present tense, it becomes a part of you. And you actually, your mind will create ways for your body to get what it is you're declaring, even if it isn't true yet in the physical world. It can be true in the subconscious.
I've got something to say. I was sitting in the row behind you when you came in. When we first started this week. And I saw you coming in. And my first thought was when I looked at you, oh my goodness, she's beautiful. I just wanted you to know.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Some people think I'm beautiful.
Thank you, Eileen. She's in my ward, by the way.
Sometimes that's more helpful, because if you say I am beautiful and you don't feel it yet, maybe you can tell yourself.
Some people think I'm beautiful.
Awesome.
Embrace all of me right here, right now.
So which one of those resonating with you the most out of those statements? Pick 2 or 3 that really resonate with you, that you can believe in this moment.
What did you just say? I embrace all of me right here, right now. Some people think I'm beautiful. I am not my left foot.
Good. That's good. How did that feel?
Still confusing, but good. It's
Feel a little bit better?
I do feel a little bit better. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the important thing to remember here is a lot of these breakthroughs that we have, they come one at a time, and they're kind of like an onion. We peel off a layer, and then we peel off another one. And we get to the bottom of it eventually. Sometimes it's just a layer at a time, and that's okay. Celebrate that. So, Jeanette,
Yes.
I would like you to come up with that new belief, and I want you to look at this person over here.
Okay.
This guy represents your foot.
Sorry.
And there's actually something that can be learned from this situation. So I'm going to have you go ahead and flip your sign around. Sometimes the situations in our life are not really villains. They're just teachers for us. So we're gonna turn this triangle around right now, right here. You guys can write this down if you want in your books. This is good stuff. So our villain, or our situation that we've perceived as villainous in our lives, becomes our teacher. Can you say that with me? Our villains become a teacher. The situation becomes a teacher. And these people, most of the time, don't even know that you perceive them as a villain. It's all in the eyes of the victim, who we're moving to Victor here. Now, did you need anybody to rescue you? I'm just going to take this from you, thanks. Did you need anybody to rescue you?
Yeah. Yeah, all the people that were giving me suggestions.
Yeah, so in this moment, you had what we call a mentor.
Okay.
And I've had some amazing mentors in my life for years. And mentors take us through that process when we're feeling a little stuck on our own. We're going to do some new color. When we become the victors in our life, we create freedom because we don't blame anybody and we don't need anybody to tell us, yeah, poor you. And we totally take charge. And it's awesome. So I would like you to come to the front of the stage with me. And when you feel like she is believing what she's actually saying up here and has taken control and has become the victor in her life, the beautiful Jeanette, we're going to give her our symbol. So I give you Jeanette, the new victor. Go ahead. Let's hear your new beliefs again.
I have an amazing left foot. I am not my left foot. I am happy in my own skin.
Getting there.
Oh, okay. I thought you just wanted 3. Okay, sorry.
We got to make them believe you.
Okay. Some people think I'm beautiful.
Is that a question?
Yeah. No.
Good.
Some people think I'm beautiful. This sign is better than a medallion at any of my marathons I finished.
That was awesome.
Help me to get off the stage.
How about I am limitless?
I am limitless!
You guys give it up for Jeanette. Let's go. You did great. Thank you for being so. And we will dismiss you without further argument. No, I'm just kidding. You guys give it up for these guys for playing our game with us today. So, just in September, not that long ago, 6 months ago, has it been 6 months? I was sitting right where you are, a little bit skeptical, pretty sure I already knew everything that they were going to teach me here. I had no doubt that I needed this because I drug my husband, kicking and screaming here. And you're going to go through a breakthrough on Friday that was my biggest breakthrough at Limitless. It was the day I stepped into my power and really felt okay again about who I was. And all the blame and all the frustration that I had with my husband, guess whose problem it was?
Your husband's.
No, it was my problem. It was mine. I was totally playing the victim card. And I got to let go of that completely. And I joined Inner Circle. Almost gave my husband a heart attack, but no, it was awesome. And since then, our life has completely 180 degrees changed. I am back teaching my message of freedom and liberty and agency. And guess where freedom really starts? Right between your ears. It's in your head. And there's something you can learn from every situation that you have that's a little bit of a struggle. How many of you guys know the story of Corrie ten Boom? Raise your hand if you know the story. Okay, so you know the story. She was in a concentration camp, and her sister insisted that they thank God for the fleas. And she was like, I'm not going to thank God for the fleas. This is a big fat problem in our life. By the time the camp was liberated, Corrie said that she had been not bothered by the guards because of those fleas. She was actually being protected by legions of God's armies in the form of fleas. They kept the guards out. And she actually was thankful for the fleas. Find a reason to take your situation or your perceived villain or even someone who has done something to you that hasn't been very honorable. And find something in them and in the situation that you can be thankful for. That is a really big step toward changing this around. And I promise you, you'll be surprised at the new feelings you have about yourself. Invite that in a little bit. I want to take all of you through a process. So right now, I want you to all high five your neighbor and say, I am not going to be a victim anymore. Awesome. Okay. Now, some of you might be actually thinking in your mind, but I really was the victim. I really was raped. Or I really was beat. Or I really was robbed. I really was wronged. I'm here to tell you that that language is exactly correct. You were. But you don't have to stay there. You can completely shift out of that and recognize that the only person that holds power over you in this moment is you.